Sunday, about 10:30 in the morning, I decided that I was going to go out and do a little bit of scouting. It's been pretty warm. There's still a decent amount of snow on the ground, but the spot where I shot my bow buck this year, East River, I've never been in there other than the one time that I killed that deer. And so I thought it'd be a good day to maybe go back in there and take a good look around, and maybe, you know, I saw the two bucks stand up from their bed, and I never actually got to go over and take a look at where they were bedding and why they were bedding there. And so I kind of want to go down there and take a look at it and just kind of figure out, maybe be able to see some sign and figure out what their reasoning was for bedding there, and maybe potentially if they're going to do it again next year. And then I was looking at OnX maps, and I noticed that the wind was right for a little bit of hunting too, so I thought maybe I'll go out there with the coyote call, and it's river bottom, so we'll see if I'll stop short of the spot where I killed the deer and maybe do a little bit of coyote call on for about 30-40 minutes, and maybe be able to pull one out of that river bottom. It's January 13th, so we're getting into the breeding season. I'm not an expert by any means at coyote calling, and I've actually never killed one over a call, so I've went probably a dozen times this year. I've got eyes on one coyote so far, but I haven't been able to get a shot off, so I guess we'll see. Just got to keep trying, and eventually I'll either get lucky or I'll give up. So in order to access the spot of public, I got permission from a landowner, so he told me I could just park in his yard or whatever, and oh, they are here. Looks like I'll have to go talk to him. So I tried to do an interview earlier, but he scared me. I didn't think they were actually here. I thought they might have went down south for the winter, but they didn't. Yeah, I had to get access from the landowner to access this side of the river, public land. There's an old road down the way a little bit that I've heard people can access from legally. It's kind of like a property line, and I don't know how legal that is. When I drug my deer, that's where I drug it out, actually, just because it was quicker. And it does seem like it would be legal, but I don't think a lot of people think like that. So I asked these guys for permission to walk in from their property, and they said go ahead. And there's only one other stand back there that I've ever seen, and I don't know how he got back there because they haven't given permission to anybody. So the good thing is I usually don't have to worry about people being back on this side of the river. The other side of the river gets hit pretty hard. There's a gravel road that accesses that pretty easy. So it's pretty nice. I can just kind of park here off the road and in somebody else's yard, and nobody knows I'm hunting. I don't ever have to worry about people knowing, you know, I'm dragging a deer out, or I'm scouting or checking cameras or doing whatever. It just looks like I'm a guy that lives here. So I figured it's a good day. It's not too bad. It's about 30 degrees. I don't need a big coat or anything like that. I'll be walking, so I'll stay warm. I don't have a regular camera yet. All I got is the GoPro. I might try and take some footage with my phone if the camera's any better. I guess we'll have to see when I get back there what it looks like and what the camera can see and what my phone camera can see. We'll just have to compare. I'll probably do a little bit of both. Hopefully we can find some good sign, and I actually might, if I can find some turkeys back here, I might end up trying to kill a turkey back here this spring too. So alrighty, we better get going. So this is their fence line here, and there's a bunch of buck rubs right in their yard. There's a deer trail that walks this fence line all the way down from where I shot mine. There's another buck rub right there. But they come here and they walk across the road over to the corn or beans or whatever's over there. There's also a cornfield that was up here at one point. But that got combined because it's on public ground. I usually think they take those out, but yeah, it's usually a pretty big deer trail here, and I do remember seeing a lot of big tracks there, but like I said, I only came in here and hunted that spot one time. I had a camera over there, I guess, so a lot of deer tracks right here, crossing right here. Field. Well, my collar won't work. distress for 6 minutes, and then I shut it off. I was gonna do a lone male coyote howl, and no, it won't fucking play. There's 2 deer right there. Wow. They're gonna walk right out in the middle of this field. That's right where I was hunting too. There's 3 of them. My phone on right now, take a better video. The wind's right in my face. If I don't move, they may not see me. I was trying to fix the fox, bro. It never got fixed, but I'm out there picking it up and some deer coming right out of the bedding that I hunted. I killed that bucket, and I just stood out in the middle of that open field, and they just kind of walked along the edge and went over to that island where I originally was hunting down here. And it was a doe, and it looked like a doe and triplets. Last year's fawns. The doe I saw over there, I watched her for probably 3 hours, and she had twins, unless she had one bedded somewhere else, and it just never got up. It could be her, or it could be a different family group, I don't know. But that was pretty cool, and it's a good sign that there's still deer using that and whatnot, so I'm kind of excited to get in there and take a look and see what we got. So right now I'm at the base of the teardrop. There's a bald eagle. So probably from river to river, it's probably 100 yards, maybe a little less. So it's kind of a pinch point right here. And this is originally where I was going to set up. It was in one of these trees. But I figured with the food being that way, they may not get to me as early as I'd like them to, so I decided to sneak in real quiet. It took me about an hour and a half to set up, to get in and set up. Real quiet. And I actually just noticed that stand still there. Somebody else has a stand, same idea right here in the pitch point. I don't know where they got in from, because it wasn't from the private that I came in on, so unless they kayaked down the river. But I'll walk up this way and kind of show you what my thought process was, and then we'll kind of go through and walk through what happened, and I'll go check out the buck beds where they were laying and take a look for some other ones, maybe kind of get to know this area a little bit better. So I'll let him go a little bit farther. Oh crap, there's a bunch of deer right there. Come on. I don't know where they went. Oh, they're there. Shit, my rifle's over there. I can't see. I want to just look at there, see if there's any antlers. They're coming right to me. Wow. This is one hell of a bedding area. They're gonna run right to me. There they go. Wow. I don't know where I was before those deer came, but I guess what I was trying to get at was I was sitting in this tree here, and the one behind it, I guess the straight one, and that buck walked out from behind this thicket, and I was already drawn, and I said once he came out I'd shoot him, and I think if I remember right, I shot him by that log right there. There's a log cut tree, and I'm pretty sure I cut it. I shot him there, and the reason I set up where I did is because I kind of thought they would take this old abandoned road as a trail, and they don't very often. It didn't look like anyway. But I was kind of going in blind, and I figured I'd set up as an observation, see if nothing else, and just panned out. But so now I guess we'll kind of push that way and kind of see if I can find out exactly where that buck bed was, and we can take a look at it and see what it was in and what kind of grass and whatnot. And the wind was actually blowing, so straight that way. My stand's right there, straight that way. And so if that buck would have walked, you know, another 10 yards that way, he would have winded me. It was just all the wind, so it was kind of risky, but it panned out. So we'll go take a look at it. So I just got back to the truck. The camera, my GoPro was running out of card space, and so I quit using that. And it's cold out, so my phone was too cold and it died midway through a video, and then it was down to like 7%, so I just decided not to make any more videos. So just a recap of what just happened. Basically, I just started out coyote hunting. Fox Pro was giving me hell. Went down there, kind of showed you about where I shot that buck, and I went over to where I thought his bedding was, and it's amazing how it makes so much sense now. So I was sitting there, and I saw 2 deer stand up. I look over, I see 2 big racks about 350 yards away across the way. It's a teardrop, the river wraps all the way around, and I had binoculars on them. I was looking at them, trying to figure out what they were, and they disappeared for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so individually. So one disappeared, the other one was browsing, the other one disappeared, the other one was browsing, and I couldn't figure out why. Well, I went to go look, and their bed is a big switchgrass patch with down logs, which is buck bedding. You typically, you know, they would have had the wind at their back, and I had just an off wind, so they were just missing me, and they were facing the river, so they could see everything in front of them. The river, you know, they don't have the threat coming from that way really, and they could smell everything behind them. And so basically I went and took a look, and there's a little dip there where they were bedded, and they got in that dip and they went down to the river to get a drink, and that's when they disappeared. And it makes sense now, because there's still a trail going down there to get a drink, and I kind of followed their pathway of where I thought they were going from my viewpoint in the tree, and I lost them for another minute or two behind all this. There's a bunch of brush piles back there, and I lost them behind there, and I see why the deer trail still follows that contour. And yeah, I basically walked his path all the way around to see, and I was looking for trees that I could possibly hang in next year. It might be kind of tough to do. I might have to hunt them on the ground in a ghillie suit or something, but I didn't see as much sign as I thought I would. I'll come back in the spring when it's all melted, and I'll kind of take a better look at it and see. You should be able to see everything from the fall still, so that'll make things a little bit easier. But other than that, I mean, I had deer I probably saw 20 deer down there, and I had a couple of them at like 7 or 8 yards, so that was pretty cool. I learned a lot about that spot. I walked all the way around it. I did see that somebody else was accessing from the river. There was some older tracks in there, probably a week or so old in the snow. and I followed them, and they came across the river from another private spot. So I don't know if that's the guy that has a stand down there, or if they were just shed hunting, or if they were coyote hunting or whatever, but there is somebody else back there, so I guess that's good to know. I did throw the coon collar on at the last minute just for the heck of it, and I had a younger, looks like a year or two old coon kind of poke his head out and run back in or whatever, but that was pretty cool. I've never done that before, so I might go back there on a warmer day, maybe a little bit less windy, a nicer day, and see if I can get a couple coon to come out of those brush piles and maybe get a pop at them. So yeah, my editing skills aren't the best, so hopefully you guys still enjoy the video. I'll do the best I can. Let me know what you think. If you got any suggestions or things that you might want to see, let me know. I'm hoping to get some fishing videos this winter still, and maybe hopefully I can kill a coyote on camera. That'd be cool. So just let me know. Thanks for watching. So I'm driving around the section, just kind of do a little bit of scouting, get out, see what's going on, and I'm going over this creek that goes under the road, and I thought for sure I saw a drake and a hen mallard sitting there. Well, I didn't. It's two decoys frozen in the water. I wonder where they came from. Huh. Gotcha, bud. Hey, bud.